Okay, welcome to another video. This one is on my progress with the Skaven 1750 build. So we're just about at the end of week 1, and yesterday I finished my warlord from the Iron and Blood set. I've got 2 copies of these, but I probably use the other one in a conversion or something later on. Maybe mount him on a rat ogre. So yeah, the green effect on the flames came out really nice. Sorry, my camera has a little bit of a problem in the in artificial light. It just doesn't pick up quite as well for some reason. So yeah, here he is. He doesn't have a name yet, but he probably will be either counted as a battle standard because of the lovely big flag on his back, or he'd be counting as a warlord or chieftain or something. So that's him. Took me a few hours to paint. I've done the stone in this kind of motley marble with sort of stains on it, and the gem. He's in the traditional clan colours with the red armour for all my heroes and the blue robes, dyed up with some Devlin mud at the bottom there. It's got the paler skin tone that I use, warpstone for the symbol on the back there, and the green energy coming out, green fire coming out the top. Quite simple to do actually. Sorry about that, guys. All I do there is just block it in venom green. Wait for that to dry brush it with bleach bone, and wash it Thraka green, and that's how it comes out. And I genuinely think it's probably the best way of doing warpstone quickly and effectively. Yeah, so he's looking very nice. He's got this lovely halberd, and again I've washed a little bit of Thraka green on there to kind of look like it's oxidising and things like that. The banner here was just dry brush grey, then dry brush repeatedly with bleach bone till it got like a nice coverage but with the creases left, and then washed Devlin mud to kind of make it look a little bit more natural. On this eye you can't really see it on the camera, but I did a little bit of green stuff in and used some dwarf flesh to make it look like he's got a scar across his eye, and the other one I just left naturally. So yeah, really pleased with him. As I said, not 100% sure what he's going to be fielded as in my list, but that's still not finalised, though I am now set on doing a Clan Scree themed army for this 1750 point tournament, so I'll probably be leading it with Ike Claw, a few warlocks thrown around, and some quite a few war machines and weapons teams and stuff. So to bear that in mind, I've got a couple of unboxings for you today as well. So we've got the Warp Lightning Cannon / Plague Claw Catapult, but I'm going to be building it as a Warp Lightning Cannon. As I said, I'm doing Clan Scree, not Pestilence at the moment. Although I do aim to do an army of each, 2,000 points of each of the major clans, and then 2,000 points which would just be my generic warlord clan to go along with them. And I also picked up a Doom Flayer. The reason I picked this up is I wanted something that I wanted a harder hitting infantry unit than Skaven are traditionally known for. And you have 2 options really on the way to go with this. You've got a big unit of say 40 plague priests, plague monks even, with a plague furnace and what's the other thing? Oh, and their special banner. And because they've all got poison attacks and things like that, they're very hard hitting. Or the other way, I kind of thought, well, this is going to work better for me in the book, is 40 of the vermin, storm vermin. One of these bad boys, because they give you lots of lovely impact hits. They're only 55 points to add on to the squad. Very tasty. And stick Ike Claw in there, because he's got a Warp Fire Thrower. which he can fire once per game, and he also has, I think his attacks don't allow saves or something like that. So he should be pretty good. Plus he's a level 3 wizard, and he has his Iron Frame, which gives him a free up save. So we'll start off with the Doom Flayer. So it's obviously Citadel Finecast now, rather than Metal. Still unsure on this whole moving over to resin. It's not a case of moving over to resin. It's a case of how higher quality is the resin. And I'll be honest, this, when I opened it in the shop, so I always open Finecast in the shop just to make sure, because I don't want to have to take anything back. I'll do it on the day, have a look at it on the day. If I don't think it's right, I'll just tell them there and then. Just because it isn't that easy for me to get to at my local game store. Spare with me a sec while I try and get this clippy thing open. Come on, there we go. So this is my first look at it properly since I left the shop. So let's have a goosey at some of these parts. Here we've got the main two guys, so they're on the back of each other, and it's pretty good. All of these little divots here, they're little bubbles. They are actually supposed to be there. He does have rips in his cloth and things, as all the Skaven do, so they're not so much bubbles, although that one there might be, but that one's not a big deal. Then you got the guy standing on the back of. It's really nice, and this is the main kind of centre of the wheel. Then you got these two bits. They go on the outside, sort of spin round. There's another angle of him. This slightly crooked, pokey stick knife, which I think just needs the flash taken off it. There's quite a bit of flash on this though, so it will take some time to clean it. Yeah, so that's him. Well, them. And then it only comes in 2 parts. So that's the main part. Yeah. It's quite heavy for Finecast. And it's these beautiful, well, I think they're really awesome. 2 halves of the globe with all these inner cogs and Skaven symbols on the outside of the resin there. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's not a bad piece of Finecast. Just hoping obviously it goes together well, but I can't see any defects in it straight off. I'm hoping these haven't warped. That's my main concern. If these are warped, it's going to be really hard. And considering how badly the frame is warped, it does make me question that. So I'll do a video when I build that and just show you how it came along. And then we've got obviously the warped lightning cannon. So we'll start with the boring bit. Jared base. Right. That's the boring bit out of the way. So it comes on 2 sprues, which I was quite surprised at considering it makes 2 models. But it seems to be a relatively simple construct. So this is the one side of the main beam that holds it up, and you can either mount it that way if you want the model a bit taller, or that way if you want it a bit longer. You've got the wooden panels that just sit between the two, and your little Amy guy will stand on. Wheel section, the warp lightning cannon main section. I'm not entirely sure where these go, so I'm not going to even try and explain that. This is the guy who sits on the front of it aiming, and you've got 2 heads for him. You've either got the screaming open head or you've got gas mask head. You've got his little optics, and you've got a pointing finger, which is quite cool. And these bits more of the wheel construct, I think, from what I understand. So yeah, that's the first sprue. Quite compact. It's kind of one of those half sprues things. And then we got the other part of it. So this is the main boom arm. It either sits under the warp lightning cannon or is the main boom arm for the catapult. These are the wheel mountings. This goes around the outside of the barrel if you're making the cannon, which is what I'm going to be making. You've got the two bigger wheels. You've got another nice gas mask head there. I might keep these actually and use them for conversions to make my own poison wind gobleteers, because the old ones, they're very static. They're only available through the Games Workshop website, and they're £7.50 each, which seems a bit pricey considering in game they're 10 points a model, so it's a lot of money to spend on them. So I'll probably do some conversions or something with those. I'm not sure. I think that is where the barrels and stuff connect to for the cannon. This is what we comically refer to as Shovelly Joe shovel, and that's for like poisony goop for the catapult, so I won't be using that. And then you've got like a big spanner, and then you've got him. Then you've got this spike plate, I think sits on the front or back of it. This here is the gunge. You've got two more wheel sections there. They're quite nice actually. Lots of detail on this kit, which if you've seen some of my previous videos, I know I go on about detail a lot, but I do love detailed miniatures. It's one of the main reasons I got into this hobby. You've got this awesome, I just love the design of the way it fits together, and the fact that you've got that option to have it high mounted or low mounted. I really like that. You've got the wheels there. That's the hunk of warpstone that either acts as the weight for the Plague Core catapult or as the energy source for the warp lightning cannon. I mean, compared to the old warp lightning cannon, there is no comparison. This thing is amazing. This up here is the actual claw for the Plague Claw, and the gunge stuff here sort of sits on top of that, bubbling up, which I might use for something else. I'm not sure what though, but it's cool. So yeah, that's the warp lightning cannon unboxed, the Doom Flayer unboxed, and the warlord from the Island of Blood painted up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.